Hey y'all. Okay, so I've been wanting to make a very vulnerable video. I haven't done it because I feel like it never gets views. And why is that so important to me? Because I want to relate, and I have people who do relate, and the message just isn't getting to those people. I have 5 channels, so I'm not sure which one I'm gonna post this to, but hoping it gets to at least one person. Um, yeah. So lately I've been feeling very sad because I'm not dating. Um, I'm proud of myself for not dating, but it's made me feel sad because it shouldn't have been so hard. So what do I mean by dating? I stopped using dating apps about 2 months ago. And I'm proud of myself, yes, because it's dating apps are getting really spooky and very problematic, but also I really need to find the love, validation, and value in myself that other people are not showing me, and that's important. After college, I spent a lot of time searching for a partner because I didn't do that in college. I focused on school for 7 years. And I got out of college and I started career searching. And I also wanted to just have some fun, which is fine, right? Go on dates, figure out what you like, what you don't like. I'm all for it. And within that process, I saw a lot of problems with individuals. I was dating men, right? And I saw a lot of problems, a lot of traumatic things, their trauma being dumped onto me. And I didn't like it. And I had to unpack it, and I used YouTube to do it, right? Um, the problem I run into now is I'm trying to better myself and, like I said, not date, focus on myself, becoming more financially stable than I am, see a future of a successfuler, let me say, me, not having to think about the romantic idea, right? Even though I'm be honest, I love reading romance books and that's okay. I used to watch the wedding shows, everything. It was programmed in us as a kid, right? Romance, Prince Charming, whether you like women or men, whichever one, you know. And I know I just cut myself off, but I just want to say I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to find companionship, to find love. I don't think it's a bad thing for real love to find you, hopefully. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm not one of those people who are just like, everybody's a piece of Like, no, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I do believe it's rare to be real love. I've learned about limerence, and a lot of people are in limerence, they're not in love. Not all, but a lot. Um, And most people that are truly in love, you really don't even know. I've always found that the people that are not truly in love are the ones that make it seem like they're in love the most. Um, it's been weird. I've realized that. And besides it just being hard, right, in quotes, to date as a black woman and the experiences we go through, I really just wanted to take a look at myself, you know? That's it. I just wanted to, I'm now in a state of clarity, right? Of being like, okay, what do you love about Nia? What is Nia doing? You know? But I think the validation part is missing and why I get sad or upset because when it comes to coworkers, peers, wherever you name it, a lot of people are not in love but pretending to be in love once again, and they don't give you respect or value you if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And mainly for me, it's at work. I don't relate to most people. I just don't, and I don't think I'm terrible or they're terrible people, you know. but I don't relate. I go to work and people are talking about sports and Christianity, and they're talking about their husband or their wife or their girlfriend or their boyfriend. And it's like every time I meet a new person at work or wherever, somehow, some way in the conversation gets thrown in my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my girlfriend's this, my girlfriend's going to this, my boyfriend's going to this, my boyfriend did this. It just shows up, and it's like I don't even know your last name, but I know you have a boyfriend and I know you have a girlfriend. And it's always made me cringe and triggered. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to work on it so bad. But it's like I'm programmed, as many people, because I'm a decent person, right? To be nice and be like, oh wow, oh okay, oh wow, all right, that's nice, oh wow, good for you. Meanwhile, I don't even know if this man hits you at night. I don't even know if this girl really likes you. I just met you. But a lot of people give respect and give value and dignity to individuals who are in relationships, I find. Not all people, not all, but a lot of people do it, some unknowingly and knowingly. Um, I think people are allowed to be people. We don't have to know if they're in a relationship or not, right? But there's something significant about people telling you they are when you don't even know them, really. You didn't even get to figure out who they are, and it just makes me feel sad. It's not really jealousy when it comes to that situation. It's more so I can't relate and I don't know what to say, so I just revert to being nice, which is fake. It's not really being kind. It's just being programmed to say, oh wow, that's good for you. Good for you. That's so sweet of him. I'm like, I really just want to say I don't give a shit, but I can't. I just won't. I'm not mean. And once again, that shouldn't even be mean, but it is kind of. As I'm trying to better myself and focus on doing more things on my own and loving me, right? I run into individuals on a daily basis that are not doing that, and it brings me back to a dark space. And I'm trying to figure out, like, literally, I just cried because I was like, okay, you gotta go cry in the shower, go figure yourself out. Especially I'm about to start my period, so I'm like, ooh, feeling weird. But we all gotta just cry, get a good cry out. But you just feel weird. I don't know how to explain it when you're trying to be progressive for yourself and you keep running into people because it's the world. You're gonna run into people. You run into people that are in such a terrible mindset of wanting or needing to have a partner, and it brings me back to a dark place every single time I hear it. I literally look at people and I'm like, you're 23, you're 24, you're 25. How are you married already? Like in America, now that I'm reaching 30 and I'm in America and I constantly feel alone and left out because someone hasn't chosen me, someone hasn't wanted to build a life together, give me a ring, show me to the public. I guess ownership, I don't know. Stupid to say, but yeah, feels weird. So I do get triggered when I see other couples. But then there's another part of this. What makes it worse for me is that I know people are miserable as hell in their relationships. So it's like a push and a pull constantly, where I'm like seeing people show love and affection and adornment for partnership and and validation and dignity and respect for partnership. But then I witness 97, 98% of the time hell. That's the part that sucks for me. It's like I know, Nia, you know they're in a crappy relationship. You know they're in a terrible marriage. You know they're in a terrible marriage. You know this person's miserable. They're sick. They're tired. You see it on their face. People have told you it. And it still feels empty and alone for me to not have a partner. It's a normal feeling. It's human nature, but it's like irritating because so many people are in terrible relationships. And those are the examples we have, especially in America. I'm not saying any place is better. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm just saying in America, a lot of decisions when it comes to partnership is financial based, status based, location based, convenience based, and insecurity based. It's not based in growth. It's not based in compassion. It's not based in effort. It's it's really a situation where a lot of marriages and relationships in America specifically, because I'm American, I just want to say, are chosen to be low risk and least amount of effort. Now, you should be naturally happy with someone. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But what I am saying is it's confusing. We're sold the fairy tale of love and a prince charming and a man coming in, sweeping you off your feet and helping you and this and that. And who deserves it? A woman with a good heart, right? Cinderella, like, a woman who's kind, a woman who's sweet, and a woman who is just, herself, creative, love, hopeful, and whimsical. It's fine. I don't think that's a bad thing. But in reality, that's not the woman being chosen. I've noticed the woman being chosen is a bitch. Very mean, very vindictive, very sneaky, very submissive, very unambitious. I don't know if that's a word. Low ambition. How about that? To no ambition. Um, Confuses me because that's not who I am. So what do I do? Another thing is I travel a lot. I have a lot of knowledge and education. I just wanted to. And I didn't think that would affect me in dating in the future, but it did. I'm smart, so it's hard to trick me, and most men want to trick women, uh, just because of this fact of what I'm saying right now. Like, it sucks to be lonely and to not be seen and to not be cared for or validated. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you should never want these. No, it's human nature. It's okay. That's not the issue. The issue is what you're willing to do to get it. And a lot of people are because of what just happened to me. Literally, I just said I cried about this, right? Doesn't feel good. You don't want to be crying. You don't want to be sad. But I also don't want to be abused. I just don't think I can handle that. I don't think anyone can, but you know what I'm saying? There's people that are just doing it because they're afraid of what I just said. Being alone, being sad. It's not fun. However, being alone shouldn't even be that way. If people didn't treat us like this, people treat me so bad as a single black woman. People are very mean to me. People are upset because I'm pretty and I'm not letting a man steal my youth. Men will take your youth away if you let them. They will take your youth away. They will get you pregnant, your body be all effed up, you know? It's just like, and not all men, but a lot. Um, like, remember what I said about relationships being so unambitious, women, being unambitious, men too, but you know what I'm saying, wanting that. And I travel a lot. That's what I was getting into. And it baffles me that I can't relate to people because I'm doing things for myself first. What do I mean by that? I have conversations with coworkers or people I know or meet, and the amount of adults that are in their mid 20s, 30s, and stuff like that, even 20, 21, 22, that are married, coupled, and or boyfriend, girlfriend, 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 boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, in a long-term relationship, uh, yeah, right. How many couples do I meet that are like that, and they've never left this country? Yeah. They've never left the US, but somehow they made the biggest decision in their life to get married. That's a really big percentage of America, and I will give, not grace, but I will give understanding. I understand because where are you going to get the money to do that if you don't have the ambition, if you're not if you're not secure in yourself, if you don't have hope, if you don't have faith in the future for yourself, regardless of what America is trying to put you in, a box. If you don't have it, what is there for you? Of course, you're never going to leave this country. Of course, you're going to be scared. I, as a woman, had a really rare experience I've learned, which was living abroad for school. I couldn't afford it. I took out a loan the second time I did it. But the first time I got a scholarship, and I was 17, living in Spain. My mom was terrified. She was so scared. But at the time, I was so selfish and a kid. I was just thinking about the fact that I wanted to dorm and I couldn't because I was in community college and I saw a way to dorm and I was like, I want to go do that. I didn't even care about going to another country. I was just like, I want to have the college experience that I couldn't get because my grades weren't good. I went to community college because I had bad grades. That's it, right? Which I loved community college. It was like my favorite part of life was community college. I don't want to cry. Like it really was. That was my favorite part of life. Now is too, but I'm just growing and learning. But the Nia at 17 did not give a flying fuck about anyone or anything. I did not care about anyone or anything. I just did what I wanted. My mother instilled that in me. I told my mom I wanted to do something, and her answer was always okay. Doesn't mean it was gonna happen or happen the way I wanted, but it meant we were gonna try. Mom was a single mom, and that's what we always did. We always figured out a way to make it work. It was a very beautiful part about my mom. And basically, I had the experience of living in another country as a black girl at the age of 17, and I'm realizing that's not a common experience. And I hope one day I have enough money to make scholarships for black girls, even if it's like 50 to 100 bucks, just to do like a study abroad fund. Like, once you get accepted to a study abroad program, I give you 50, $100, whatever, just to be there. You got some extra cash, things like that. That's like my one of my goals I want to do. Um, yeah, that trust me, that money comes in hand. When something happens, an emergency, whatever, you trying to get a croissant and a coffee, trust me, that little $150 will come in handy. Um, with that experience, I just was changed I was enlightened. I understood the world, not just the US, but the world, and my purpose could be more than just being a wife. I don't think I even thought about it as a kid. Like I've always thought about a wedding. I want a wedding, this and I love it. Like, but I didn't think of like my way to success or getting out of the hood or whatever was through a man. I believe a man should be a provider, point blank, period. I'm attracted to men. I'm gonna say I'm attracted to men, right? But I don't allow that attraction to make me do stupid things at this point in my life. Oh, in the past, definitely. I'll tell the truth. Yeah, I did some stupid stuff because I was attracted to a guy. Um, but today I don't. Today I want to preserve my peace, my youth, my happiness, you know, even though, yes, it hurts to be alone, it hurts even more to be cheated on. It hurts even more to, get diseases from these men if you do, it hurts even more to lose your money to these men. It hurts even more to get kicked out of a man's apartment, his house, whatever. That hurts more to me than crying in the shower because I didn't get to go on a date today. It hurts even more to get physically abused by a man than to be crying in the shower because I didn't get to have a date. So I say this to say that like I don't relate to most people, and I think people are jealous of me as much as I'm jealous of them, honestly. But we don't say it to each other. I'm like, you got a girlfriend, good for you. You got somebody checking in on you and romantically interested. Because a friend is a friend. I love friendship. I have one friend, and she's amazing. But romance, it's pretty cute. I love romance books. I ain't gonna lie. I like romance. I'm allowed to. I'm human. Um, but what I don't like is the misogyny and patriarchy and abuse behind the romance that can happen and usually does. It's limerence, it's not love. Remember that. So I feel weird or different because it baffles me to meet people who haven't left the US for any reason by themselves just to explore, but have the knowledge that they want to be with this one person for the rest of their life at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23, 34, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, whatever age, the fact that, and the truth is, because I was about to say the fact that people know they want to be with this person for the rest of their life, but the truth is they don't. It's a low risk thing to think about survival because travel is not, you're trying to survive when you travel, but travel is not survival based as in long term. It's just a moment. Some people don't want to see the benefits or the, how should I say this, the the beauty of travel because it's risky. You're not granted a all access pass to love if you're traveling. I barely meet anyone besides really sweet women when I travel. A lot of men only travel with other women that they're in a relationship with. Um, so, and it doesn't mean I'm gonna like every guy I run into just because I'm a single woman traveling. I'm very picky in a good way, for the best. Um, but yeah, that one thing definitely bothers me. It happens a lot where I explain what I do, where I've been, and there are so many people who are happy to hear, like, oh my God, you did that. But then I look back or deeper into it, and I can tell that that person is upset that they can't do that because they have a partner stopping them. Now, it doesn't mean your partner's literally holding you back, saying, no, you can't go. No, it just means that, if they have work and you don't have work and you're like, hey, I want to go to Tahiti today. You're not going to go because that's going to be really messed up, right? I get it. Like, it's like, hey, I have work and you get to go. We want to do that together. We want to share that moment together. I get it, but at the same time, that's holding you back. It is. Your partner's holding you back. But remember what I said, being alone. You're sad. It's not fun, which it should be, but I'll get into that in a second. But people don't want that. So what they do is compromise. They sacrifice their ambition, their drive, their creativity just to not be alone. And I get it because it hurts. It can hurt. Not being alone hurts, but it can hurt. So for me, I interact with people on a daily that aren't like me, and I just feel weird. Even though I know I shouldn't, I'm just like, I start to feel crazy. I'm like, I decided to be adventurous. I've lived in Spain and Italy as a teen for school, and I've always been like that. Traveled with my best friend. Um, Seeing the world is something that's such a beautiful thing to me and a privilege. And yeah, I wish more people had that privilege. I do. I do. That's why I'm hoping one day to create a scholarship. But um, it can be lonely. So I'm trying to work on now, today in life, how not to be lonely. It's not easy. Um, and it's not easy for me because I'm constantly reminded that I'm not in a relationship. I'm not given respect at work or not giving respect in public. Um, you know, I get a lot of compliments and told that I'm very beautiful and I have an amazing body and your eyes are so pretty or whatever. Um, but it's almost like this beautiful object that people don't want to touch, you know? Um, it's like this, it's like I'm like this, I don't know how to explain it, like a rose in a glass container, you know? Um, my ambition, my drive, my confidence can scare men away, and they're bad men if they're scared of that. But it sucks that, I'll find someone attractive and realize that they don't like me because I'm confident. They won't say that to my face, but that's the truth. A lot of men don't like my confidence and my kindness, even my compassion, my drive. Um, it's seen as a high risk to them relationship. Maybe because they think I'm gonna leave them or whatever, but it's not really true. And that has to do with misogyny and patriarchy, so that's just irritating. So that's another thing. Misogyny is a huge part of heterosexual dating and heterosexual relationships, and I don't do well with it, unfortunately. So it's hard. I feel different. Um, I'm sexually and, I, I'm sexually attracted to men, and I find men, you know, to be nice on the eye, right? But as a woman today, I can't bring myself to do something against my moral well being and my own well being to be with someone. And I see that men find that to be a bad character trait. Not all, but a lot. And that's definitely turned me off of dating. I'm like, I don't really want to do this. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I think what I loved about dating the most was the new restaurants, um, the new conversations, the laughs, the comedy. showing some of my personality. Like, that's okay. That really is okay. There's nothing wrong with that part, right? Like, it's really beautiful, honestly. You learn something about yourself when you meet new people. But the safety risk, the health risk, the mental risk, and the financial risk of dating has turned me off. And not financial risk on myself. For men, you know, there's a lot of men who are not honest with what they want to do. If you don't want to pay for a woman's food, you don't have to. Therefore, if that woman is asking you to pay for her meal, if y'all go out and she's expecting it, you should tell her, hey, I don't want to do that. And then she says, okay, well, have a good day. And then y'all go separate ways. And you'll find another woman who is willing to pay for the meal. And that's okay. It's not okay for me, but that's okay. You gotta understand that you cannot force somebody to do something they don't want to do. And that's what men, a lot of men, struggle with. And it's quite scary. Um, I've never had an issue with a man paying for a meal, but I feel that if a man is not honest about finances, it doesn't show how it stresses him. Like, say, and I mean say it, like, be like, hey, like, I know you want to go to this place, but I can't really afford the next date, this and that. And it's like, all right, well, okay. And then that woman makes the decision whether she wants to be with you or not, or continue on, and you're just gonna have to accept it. And then find a person who's willing, learn something, be upfront from the beginning and say, hey, I want to have 10 dates with you, not just one, and that one place is very expensive, so could we try to do this? If a woman's okay with that, or whoever you're dating is okay with that, good. If the person you're talking to says no, move on. Don't disrespect her. Don't don't violate her. Don't lie to her. That's what I realized causes so much friction in heterosexual dating specifically. So much friction. I'm like, just be honest. But because of misogyny and the way men are programmed, many men, they lie to get what they want, whether it's sex, money, food. Um, and it's seen as this lying was a necessity to make you happy as the woman, when in reality you didn't have to do that. You can't get what you want. Men have to understand you cannot get what you want sometimes. And that was a problem I had with dating. because because a lot of men can't understand that, what they would do is lie and compromise a woman's health, safety, finances, and mental and physical attributes. And I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I experienced. It wasn't all the dates. It was just a few that were like, okay, whoa. And not even just the dates. I can't say rarely had dates, but over the past 3 years, what, maybe I've had like 10 people actually like go on a date with 10 people. But it's like the dating apps were so bad, I couldn't take it anymore. The offensive language, the abusive behavior, the narcissism, the ghosting, the lying, the 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 feeling of getting to know somebody through a phone, thinking that, this is the one. And what happens is with dating apps, we all know they suck. We all had crappy experiences. So on dating apps, we are both at a mutual understanding, even though we didn't say it. These apps suck. Please be the one. When you match with somebody, you're just hoping they're the one. And a lot of men know that. There's men that feel that way too. You're hoping this is the one. You're just hoping. So what you do is just love bomb. Y'all share a connection based off of the fact that you hate dating apps even. But that's a very vulnerable state because this person most likely isn't the one for you, but y'all are just tired. You're just tired of trial and error. Understandable, but that doesn't mean that person's for you. Coming together based off of a hatred is not a good relationship, which a lot of people do. What's another thing? Lust, sex. I am not, look, I want to be with someone I'm attracted to. That helps me, okay, in the bedroom and overall. But I am at a point in my life, 28 years old, where I don't allow lust to make me make decisions on who I am with. And for a lot of men, sexual attraction is the only attraction. Even if they're not sexually attracted to them, it's more about the idea and what certain people, what women or person, whatever, because if you're into men too, right? If you're a man into man, will allow. Will they allow me to do this to them? You know? And like I said, a lot of women don't want to be alone, so they allow a man to do whatever they please to the point where it hurts, or they're in the hospital or at the clinic, or they're pregnant, you know? I feel like the clinic, the hospital, being pregnant is way worse than crying because I'm alone. Truly. Like, that's way worse. So I don't do it. But I still am human and have feelings. So it just sucks sometimes. I'm like, geez Louise. There's one thing I've been watching lately, which is really interesting and fun. I've been watching Little Women Atlanta. They all a hot mess. All a hot mess. But that's not my point. My point is that I watched it because I saw this girl named Tamara and I thought she was cool and she was in season 6 and all these things happen in the show I did not know. So I'm watching it because it feels better than the Housewives because the Housewives is just so boring right now. The only Housewives show I love is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Um, but I'm watching Brandon TV too because I want to see where the ladies are at now. And every single one of them, they're divorced. They're separated. They're baby mamas. The man has left the coop. And it's it's very interesting to see the women talk about marriage and men and be so obsessed and infatuated with their partner and saying they're in love and to see the new season of Today. How many years later? Pandemic. So like 6 years later? And I'm sure they've been in relationships longer than that before that. So, to see the some of them, because some of them don't even want to show themselves on TV, and it's the ones that really hit the fan, and they only want to do content creation online. But seeing the transparency of like how they messed up. Some of them don't want to realize they messed up. Some of them don't want to realize that they were in bad relationships, but to see how a lot of the women were so mean to other women who had a lot of sex or had multiple partners or had multiple baby daddies, seeing how disrespectful they were to those women instead of understanding something maybe happened to them. Maybe it was a situation. Maybe they didn't know about this. Maybe they knew about this. You know, not understanding that people could make mistakes. They were not nice at all. They were very, very religious and very about purity culture and thought being with one man meant you were better than another woman and that's what I'm trying to say too when I'm relating to, at work or wherever I go and people talk about having a partner and I don't. It's not respected. You're seen as not pure because you're not dating one person. People are assuming that you're dating multiple people or you're having sex. People have assumptions about you. People have assumptions about me because of my skin color. People have assumptions about me, negative ones, because of my body, because I have the body of a porn star. People have a negative assumption about me. Meanwhile, I've been celibate for more than a year now. I don't date, I don't talk to no one, and I'm sacrificing my own freaking affection and attention for the sake of myself just doing better in life and wanting to have a child and wanting to be healthy. I don't want to put myself at risk because I'm trying to find a person. I just don't. I'm conserving myself, my energy, and my beauty, and my wealth. I'm just conserving myself, okay? It's not about a purity thing. It's about the fact that I'm 28. I've done everything I wanted to do. I've had fun. I know what I like, and that's good for me. but I don't want to just seek sex to have sex and an emotionless attachment styles. I just don't want it. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, the women were very mean to other women because they didn't have boyfriends and weren't claimed and just really nasty. I feel that people do that to me all the time. It's not nice. Um, and to see those same women who said you don't have a man, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have this, you don't have nothing to yourself. You are nothing of a woman because you don't have a man. You're nothing. I've felt that. People tell me that all the time. And those same women today are divorced, single, upset, in jail years later. Not even like a year later, like for some of them. It's funny, it's comical, it's also sad. Life shouldn't be this way for a woman. Um, so to end it on a good note, I still read romance books. I still read black love books. I still have hope for myself, whether I meet someone or not. And that's what I'm working on. I'm working on the whether I meet someone or not part. That's hard. It's hard to do, but I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to understand whether you meet someone or not, you are going to be okay. I know I'm going to have my child. I want to. I don't know when, but I'm going to try. Um, I know I'm going to keep my beauty. I'm going to try my hardest and love myself. But in order to do that, I need to stop stressing about not being in a relationship and feeling different. I need to stop stressing about being alone and the financial strain. It is a financial strain in America to be single, but I need to be proud of myself. Even if I have $20 in the bank, be proud that I can be single and I'm still alive and I'm still working and I'm still loving my job and I'm still loving myself and loving people and being kind, being smart, being vigilant, still traveling. I need to stop crying because there's a possibility that I could also just not wake up tomorrow or something, you know? Same for you. And we're spending our time on this planet crying over these things that we can't control and we don't know what the outcome will be. We don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if I'll have children. I want to. I keep putting in the universe I will, but for me, my options are with a partner who is stable, marriage, everything, we're together, right? It's not going to be no crazy stuff. But that takes time. And the other option is just a donor. No strings attached. Just a donor. Nothing. No baby daddies. No. I don't want to do all that. I don't have time. So I have two options, and I also have. If I want to adopt, I feel like it's a little bit of a narcissistic thing because I think I'm a beautiful bitch and I want to have a child because I'm so pretty. But if it can't happen, there's nothing I can do about that. And maybe I just need to understand that I'm a special person to be on this earth right now. So yeah, diary number one. I don't know how many we're gonna have to do these, but it's a start. Good night, y'all.